It's a story that seems straight out of a crime thriller. A wealthy 70-year-old man, millions of dollars at his disposal, and a marriage that would soon turn deadly. On the surface, he had it all: success, luxury, and a much younger wife by his side. But behind the glittering facade, cracks began to show. His 32-year-old wife, full of life and ambition, harbored secrets that would shatter their seemingly perfect union. When betrayal and greed collided, the wealthy man made a chilling decision, one that would unravel in the most shocking way. Why would someone with everything risk it all? What pushed him to a point of no return? This is a tale of obsession, betrayal, and the ultimate cost of revenge. Stay tuned to uncover the twists and turns of a story where wealth and power couldn't mask the darkness lurking beneath. The man, known for his sharp business sense and towering fortune, seemed to live a life most people could only dream of. His young wife, dazzling and confident, had quickly become the centerpiece of his world. To outsiders, their relationship appeared to be a whirlwind romance, one that defied age and expectation. But those closest to them noticed subtle cracks beneath the surface. She had her own ambitions, dreams that didn't always align with his carefully curated plans. Whispers of tension began to swirl, quiet but persistent. Her growing independence made him uneasy. The control he was used to, both in business and life, seemed to slip through his fingers. Then came the rumors. Late-night phone calls she tried to hide, unexplained absences, and lingering doubts that plagued his mind. These seeds of suspicion grew into something darker, something dangerous. What was she hiding, and how far would he go to find out? As the days went on, his suspicions turned into a quiet obsession. He started keeping track of her every move, discreetly hiring a private investigator to confirm the fears he couldn't shake. The investigator's findings only fueled his paranoia. There were meetings she hadn't mentioned, conversations that seemed too secretive, and a growing sense that she was building a life separate from his. On the other hand, she felt trapped. The man who had once swept her off her feet now seemed distant, possessive, and controlling. She longed for freedom, for a chance to reclaim the independence she had lost. Friends began to notice her discomfort, but she kept the truth to herself, unsure of how to escape the gilded cage she had found herself in. Their marriage became a battlefield of unspoken words and hidden agendas, each of them silently plotting their next move. But no one could have predicted how far things would spiral. The tension between them grew unbearable. He became more withdrawn, his mind consumed by dark thoughts and endless what-ifs. She, unaware of the depths of his suspicion, started making plans of her own, steps toward reclaiming her life, even if it meant leaving him behind. Her actions, however subtle, didn't go unnoticed. Every small decision she made, every phone call, every excuse, only deepened his anger and fear. Then came the breaking point. One evening, he overheard a phone call that confirmed his worst fears, or so he believed. Her words, though vague, sounded like betrayal to him. Fueled by jealousy and rage, his thoughts spiraled into dangerous territory. To him, it wasn't just about losing her. It was about the humiliation, the power slipping away. In his mind, there was only one solution, and he was willing to pay any price to ensure it was carried out. What he didn't realize was that his decision would unleash consequences neither of them could escape. With his mind set on revenge, he reached out to someone from his shadowy past, an old acquaintance who operated outside the bounds of the law. Their conversation was cold and calculated, a transaction void of emotion. $3 million in exchange for what he believed was justice. The plan was set, the date chosen, and he convinced himself this was the only way to reclaim control over his spiraling life. But what he didn't know was that she, too, had begun uncovering secrets. A cryptic email she stumbled upon while borrowing his laptop revealed far more about his business dealings and his temper than she had ever imagined. Slowly, she pieced together the signs that he wasn't just angry, he was dangerous. Her instincts told her to run, but before she could, strange things began to happen. Someone started following her. She felt watched, cornered. What neither of them realized was that a third party had entered the picture, one with their own agenda and a connection that would change everything. The night finally arrived. He waited in silence, his phone in hand, expecting the call that would confirm his plan had been carried out. But as the minutes dragged on, unease crept in. Across town, she sat in her car, clutching a suitcase packed in haste, her heart racing as she prepared to disappear. Yet she wasn't alone. A shadowy figure approached her vehicle, and in an instant, she realized she had been lured into a trap. Just as the situation seemed irreversible, flashing lights flooded the street. Police swarmed the area, apprehending the figure and pulling her to safety. She stood in shock as the officers explained. The acquaintance he had hired was, in fact, an undercover informant who had been working to dismantle the network he had contacted. His entire plot had unraveled before it even began. The twist? Her suspicions about his secret dealings had led her to contact authorities days earlier, unknowingly triggering the investigation that saved her life. As he sat in custody, watching his empire crumble, she walked away, not just free, but stronger than ever. In the aftermath, the truth about their lives came into full view. His arrest revealed years of shady dealings, hidden connections, and a dangerous thirst for control. The man who once appeared powerful and untouchable was now stripped of everything: his wealth, his reputation, and his freedom. She, on the other hand, found herself at a crossroads. The chaos she endured left scars, but it also gave her clarity. She realized how much she had compromised herself to fit into a world that was never truly hers. With the support of friends and newfound inner strength, she began to rebuild her life, this time on her terms. The story, though tragic, served as a sobering reminder of how greed and mistrust can destroy even the most secure foundations. In the end, it wasn't wealth or power that brought peace, but courage and truth. And for her, that marked the beginning of something new.